everyone, it's Mona here, Craft Klatch, and today is Friday. That means it's another Coaster Friday. If you guys watched my vacation video, then you know that my husband and I stopped at Graceland on our way back from Florida. And so I have a lot of Elvis on the brain, and I thought I needed to do an Elvis coaster. For this Elvis coaster, I wanted to do kind of a blue suede background for blue suede shoes, obviously, but I didn't really have anything that would make it look suede. So I decided to go with blue glitter because I don't think Elvis was ever one to shy away from glitter or things that were sparkly. So I'm just using whatever blues that I have. I'm going to put a bunch in there. And some people have asked me about their glitter sinking. My glitter sinks too, but what you probably just need to do is add more glitter. I'm just using 3 different shades of blue that I had on hand, and I'm using the Easy Cast for this. You can use the Envirotex Light, whichever one works best for you. Definitely use whatever resin you're most comfortable with. Okay, so it's nice and sparkly. Just pouring it in here, letting it spread around, and this will be our background, and we will come back after 12 hours and add Elvis to the coaster. While this is sitting, you're going to have some bubbles rise to the surface. Go ahead and just run a lighter over it. You can do the straw. I prefer the lighter myself, but do whichever one you're most comfortable with. The resin has cured, and what I've done is I've printed out 2 pictures of Elvis, and I've sized it to just under 4 inches. And what I'm going to do is cut out his head. And I'm going to just use his jawline as my guide to cut out, and I'm going to see which one fits better or looks better after. And I did this on cardstock, and I like to use cardstock instead of regular paper just because you don't get the wrinkles. For this type of an application, if you're looking for some kind of a flatter, if you're doing regular decoupage, maybe on a box or a piece of furniture, you probably would want to go with the regular paper. But for this application, the cardstock works really well. And I also used a laser printer, and I've had a couple of people ask me which laser printer I use. It's an HP, and I will have it linked over on my website, so you'll know which one I use. I'm very, very happy with it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this out, and when I'm cutting, I want to cut just almost on the inside edge of like his hairline, just so you don't get that background color in there. And I'll do the very same thing around his face and stuff like that, because you want it to look like his head, not the background outlining it. Here they are. I think I'm going to go with this one because I'm going to show you both of them. His hair seems unnaturally large in this one, and it looks, somehow I like this one better, so I'm going to go with this one. So I'm going to use my marker, my Sharpie marker, and just do the outline, because you can see there's a white edge to this from when I cut it. And this is especially true if you are using the cardstock and stuff like that. And if I just line the side, you don't have that white edge, which might show up more on this dark background. Now we get to Mod Podge. I prefer to use the super gloss over the regular gloss because I think it gives me a much clearer base. And it goes on much clearer, so you don't have it quite as cloudy. So I'm just putting it all over the back of the picture. You could do this with family photos, you could do this with vacation photos, anything you want. Okay, now I'm going to put it on him. So you still get some of the curling, but you don't get the wrinkling that you get with regular paper if you do it on the cardstock. And if you want to do this with an inkjet printer, I know there's a way to do it. I just am not the one to tell you how to do it because I don't work with that. So I'm sure there's a bunch of resources online that you can find, and if anybody has any suggestions, be sure to leave it in the comments below. But I'm putting this all over the coaster, so there's not any part that doesn't have some Mod Podge on there. Okay, now I'm going to adjust him, make sure he's positioned where I want him to be. I'm going to take my finger, and there's a bunch of Mod Podge on here, and I'm just going to rub it back and forth just to get rid of any bubbles underneath, make sure he's adhered. And go over it one more time, and then I'm going to let it dry. And I will go over it 2 additional times, make sure it is fully dry before I put the resin on. Okay, I prepared more resin, and I'm going to pour it right over Elvis. And then I'll run my lighter over, pop bubbles. And then we will let this sit a minimum of 12 hours, and then we'll come back and unmold it. The coaster has cured, so now I can unmold it. So here's Elvis, our hunk of burnin' love. In the comments below, be sure to let me know what you think and which song is your favorite Elvis song. We'll definitely see you next time. Stay safe and happy crafting. Thank you. Thank you very much.